fucking made their ballista out of mithril.
So basically you're saying gnomes love mithril.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's saying they were wealthy enough to actually make, like, mechanical parts out of mithril.
They were wealthy enough to build fucking submarines and sub-ships.
Yeah.
And mechanical gnomes, and god damn it.
But yeah, we should leave these here for now. Once we finish exploring the thing, I don't think we can bring this ship back up from the depths, so we can attempt to, perhaps with my engineering check there, find a way to finagle these off and put ourselves on a time delay before the ship floods, enough time to get these back to the Underblood. That's
completely out of character knowledge, but assuming that we are quite deep, as soon as we have a puncture in the hull, we might not have time to leave.
It would be... You would realize that it would be quite dangerous to pry this off.
I don't realize shit. I've never been underwater before. The fuck you talking about underwater pressure?
Engineering skills. Go!
It's not even engineering skills.
Science!
Science. Knowledge science.
Yep, knowledge science.
As much as you want to cheat SMW, you do not have that as a class.
Clearly alchemy includes the science of water pressure.
Right.
Clearly.
We can't leave such valuable devices behind. We gotta try.
Yeah.
We gotta try, man.
That's right.
No, we do have lots of places still left to explore.
Yes. Let's keep going in order.
Yeah, while Rae'nkalar and Rilinid are exploring their rooms, then we'll also examine the ballistas, since they are impressive to him as well. And having them would certainly be very good.
Yes.
Think of how many misses he could queue up. No, wait, he has precise shot now. Damn it, never mind.
Yes, I do.
Nice. All right, opening up this door, you quickly surmise that this seems to be a armory for the ballista. Like ballista ammunition is basically stacked in racks here. They seem to be have survived the crash quite well. You would estimate that there are around 400 bolts for the ballista here in this room.
Rilinid makes a recommendation to Shell that after she's done moving the refined drum, she should begin moving these into the Underblood as well.
Yes, master. We're ready, master. Work.
Look, just because you're an orc doesn't mean you're from Warcraft, okay? Alright.
Shivubu. Dabu. All right. Looking in here, seems to have been some sort of crew quarters, perhaps. There doesn't really exist anything whole in this room. Really, would guess, like debris. Things are just broken everywhere. It's a gigantic mess. He does see a few skeleton hands peek through here and there from what he would surmise are gnomes, like the size would indicate that. It seems that they basically were crushed by like shelves and stuff falling over.
Okay. Alright. And this F ladder, then. We'll go ahead and try pressing a gentle weight on the bottom rung at first, and then easing himself up to, I guess, see whether it has another locking protection like the command deck ladder did.
Yes, it seems like it. It also seems to have a small a small sign on it that basically says flight deck.
Okay. He really is like, okay, yeah, flight deck. And then, shuts down.
Wasn't I joking about aircraft carriers last session?
And then,
God damn it.
And then just...
Rilinid? What is wrong?
Rilinid is just, up on this fucking tiny ladder in this middle of fucking, this small, cramped space, just, staring up at the plaque. Ivy, could you come here for a second?
Sure, if I can move. She glares at Zyn.
Zyn glares back.
Yeah, she dodges into the corridor. Yes.
Say, Rae'nkalar, could you put a light right up there at the top of the hatch for me, just to make sure it's in color?
Looking to a position where I can aim it, I will cast dancing lights.
All right.
Say,
Light is being shown.
Rilinid says, now, I think my gnomish might be rusty here with all of the texts I've had to study. Ivy, what does this say?
She squints up at it and says, "Flight deck, I think." And then she sort of blinks, and her eyes grow the biggest you've ever seen.
You also see Rayan just stop, like, what?
Even Zyn turns around.
Oh! Oh! She's sort of dancing around below Zyn.
What is that?
Zyn, Rilinid. Whee! No, Rilinid. Flight! It says flight!
Rilinid
You'll
says,
notice Rain is looking the most confused he ever has.
Rilinid says, yes, flight. That would explain the rotary capabilities of the ballista. This was no seafaring vessel. It would not make sense to have such a vessel of this caliber within the lake of the jungle. This vessel could fly. The Zvirfneblin could fly through the Azafir on this thing.
Rain is literally speechless. Like, you can see him trying to, like, say something, but it's just like... It's not working.
I like that moment I had. I was like, oh yeah, okay, flight deck.
Record scratch.
Ivy had it too. Flight deck. It says, regardless, we should continue to look for a key of some sort to access both this and the command deck, if such is not located within the wreckage of the mechanical device we destroyed, or elsewhere on board this deck, then I will have to attempt to open the hatches, and it would be uncomfortable to do so.
Understandable. Rain looks at the ladder inside the squeeze space.
And it looks at it, Ivy. I'm going to get down now.
Oh, okay.
Rilinid just eases himself down, still looking upwards, like the plaque.
Zyn, still trying to comprehend what was just implied, says, so this thing is an underwater capable ship that can also fly.
I don't think it's underwater capable, but it could touch down from the air onto the surface, where it could interface with the submersible Underblad.
I'm guessing the reason it's under is because, well, it's kind of been abandoned for a while.
But if it wasn't designed to survive underwater, why is it not flooded? I mean, surely the engineers must have designed it to be underwater.
Well, they
Watertight,
designed
I
it to
guess.
land on the water, so it's clear they clearly designed it somewhat to be waterproof.
Less than 2 weeks ago, we had no capacity to even really think that there would be a submersible within this lake, much less another vessel that could take flight. I am willing to give the designers the benefit of the doubt.
Zyn just shakes his head, not in amazement, but rather in, what the fuck, gnomes? What are you building?
Don't get on Ivy's bad side. Look what she could do.
He's like, you thought turning you blind was bad enough. Wait till she turns you blind from on top of her fucking airship.
Oh, hey, I can turn you blind from the sky.
Sky blind.
You just like fucking do like aerial dives, like fucking zeppelins full of deep gnomes, just like casting blind on people.
Yep.
So that was their war tactic.
Alright, well, Rilinid will, sort of dazed, glad he has the mask covering his face to hide his emotions, will walk over to yonder door here, and take the same cautious approach, peering at it curiously, tilting his head, making sure there's no explosion that's going to suddenly appear at his face because he's drow, like the clockwork gnome accused. And then open it.
Yes.
Do.
I know. I'm now expecting to see like an aircraft in here.
Aircraft inside aircraft? What? They just like make miniature planes?
Somehow it wouldn't surprise me at
Helicopters.
this point. We lost Jonas.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
I don't know
Jonas.
what happened there.
We lost you.
Yeah, my internet went away.
You fell into the abyss.
Well, it must have just been Skype related because I didn't lose connection to the server.
Yep, it's weird. Oh well, yes, looking into this, you see badly damaged but intricate-looking control panels, like gauges, levers, like ropes, pulleys, like one spare light blinking in a corner somewhere, and many instruments. This room is heavily damaged. The control seems to be beyond repair to Rilinid.
Okay. Anything salvageable from the controls then? Are they made of mithril like so many other things aboard this vessel?
Well, Rilinid can sort of crack open a panel and rummage around a bit. And doing so, it seems that yes, there seems to be mithril parts, around here. And he can certainly spend some time here salvaging these parts. It would, take a little bit, but you would get roughly 250 gold pieces in mithril parts.
Okay.
DM, can you kick me from the server?
All right. Did more people disconnect?
I remain
fine.
connected.
I think I'm fine.
DDS are kicked. Is kicked.
So wait a second, isn't a flight deck like the place on like an aircraft carrier where they store planes and stuff?
Hey, stop.
I'm just trying to understand what this thing actually is, but yeah, let's carry on.
Don't fight it. It'll be over soon.
Let it wash over you.
That's right. Don't fight it.
Feel it.
That's the most comforting phrase ever, right? Don't fight it.
Yeah, that's real comforting.
Okay.
Followed by bite the pillow.
All right. Masterwork toolkit, mithril sprockets, traveler's anti-tool, fuck tons of like a swarm of ballista bolts, then 250 gold pieces of mithril parts. All right, that's cool.
And a pair of giant ballistas.
Well, they're only
You can't really carry those,
large-sized.
but
It's fine. It'll probably be easier to carry than the fucking telescope. Okay, well, let's continue the cursory examination by cautiously peering and then opening the door.
This seems to be a similar control station like the one you were just in.
Similarly wrecked.
Similarly wrecked, yes.
do we know what these controls? Can we guess any idea what they were linked to?
Well, oopsie daisy.
God
You can make an engineering check to try to suss out what perhaps they were used for once upon a time. Yeah.
You realize, like, who knows what crazy shit the gnomes thought of, Apparently they made a ship that could fly, ships that could dive under the water.
Yeah, you're not sure. There are certain, lamps and like small, names scribbled here and there, but it's.
I know that it's shit made out of mithril, which I'm taking.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you rummage around. You can salvage one additional 250 gold pieces in mithril things from this place.
Alright, now all we need to do is go to Cladenfold as soon as we leave the fucking fungal jungle. We fucking set for life.
Yep. Oh!
And for convenience sake, Rilinid will open this door. There we go.
Yep.
Just to let the air, quotes, flow.
Yes.
So I take it the air still smells like air should be, and not like, oh god, there's not enough air and we're
That
going to
air
die.
should be after like being stale and confined for centuries beneath the water.
Yeah.
Well, stale, but not like
There is oxygen here.
CO2 poison, pretty much. Okay,
Well,
that's oxygen.
whatever
Okay.
drow breathe in this day and age. Who knows how they respirate?
Who knows?
Perhaps the
What
gnomes
flowers?
figured that out too.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, more cautious peering, prodding, and then opening this door before him.
This seems to be the forward sort of gunnery deck. It is similarly designed and set up as the one you fought the Clockwork Gnomon.
Are the ballista here are in just as excellent condition as the previous two?
Well, that seems to be sadder news.
No!
Um,
I was gonna use handle animal on them. Damn it.
oh. No, these seems to be more damaged than the others. Particularly, I mean, this one is like broken in half. This one is also, pieces have fallen off and it's quite broken in many places. This one,
What are they made of, by the way?
they seem to be made of generally of like a mixture of like mushroom bark, iron bardings, mechanical parts made out of mithril.
Okay, so they are
strings
not
and
wood.
pulleys. No, they're not wood.
That's right.
Okay.
In that case, then I think we as a team can agree to just strip these two of their mithril parts. It's not as if we have much care in broken ballista. Rae'nkalar could perhaps satiate his curiosity by studying the inner mechanics. Oh my goodness, do you see this? Yes, quite. Thank you, Bro Darkwing.
No problem. If stripped for parts, you could get 200 gold pieces in total from these two.
That's 700 gold pieces of mithril parts. Okay. Excitement. Action.
Underwater adventure, go!
Same cautious approach.
Oh.
Behind this door, there's 3 doors. Behind each of these doors, there's 3 more doors.
This can go on for a while.
And behind
Doors
one
and
of those doors is an old woman, and inside that old woman
We don't want to know
is
that.
a tea kettle.
Ah, you must find a tea kettle in 5 minutes or be destroyed. It's going to be bloody. Alright.
For the old woman or for us?
Oh, it's it's a bad scene all around. Bad scene all around. Yes. Peering down this corridor, you do notice that there is a hatch in the floor here.
Alright. Rilinid peers curiously in the room, squeezes in any sort of indication of direction or markings to highlight what might be behind these doors or the hatch.
Yes.
Is that what the hatch was? Or a stone hatch?
H!
Yes. The hatch. Yes, there are small plaques on all of these. On the hatch, it reads lower engineering deck.
Okay.
On this one, it reads starboard engineering compartment.
Okay.
And this one also reads engineering compartment.
Okay.
Over here, forward gunnery deck.
He would rush past you if he could.
Sure. Well, in that case, can't let him get carried away. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gunnery deck first.
All right.
There's a Rilinid in my way.
I know, because as soon as I would step out of the way to investigate another door... Guns? Go ahead and peer cautiously, taking the same measures to study the door, just in case there's no, like, Drow must be eliminated! And then Shell would be free, and I would be distraught.
Yep. Stepping in here, this does indeed seem to be forward gunnery. Another of these ballista. This one also damaged, sadly. But it's poking forward. There seems to be a hatch. You could possibly open in the fore of the ship to shoot at things that are in front of it. The hatch is, of course, closed, and there is a lot of debris and things in here.
Alright. Rae'nkalar can take it for its mithril. We'll move on.
Yep.
Mithril?
Pirates?
Right, approaching this door, Rilinid, starts to look at the door as he has done so far, and he notices that the door, there's a weird sort of hissing sound coming from the door, as if a lot of pressure is built up on the other side of it.
Zyn automatically notices somehow. Just takes 2 steps back when Rilinid doesn't immediately open the door.
Well, I'm just looting mithril.
That's right.
Zyn has a sixth sense for that kind of thing.
I'm sure it does.
Rilinid, yeah.
And yet he always finds the bad stuff anyways.
Rilinid just sort of cranes his head, sort of I guess, staring at the door, trying to find any sort of valves, whether there would be sort of any sort of capability to gently relieve pressure so that maybe the door doesn't explode in his face?
There could be. There are a few. There are piping in the walls here and stuff. You could perhaps try to use to sort of, disable the pressure inside this room.
I know what that sounds like.
It looks a bit tricky though, but he can certainly make an attempt. The risk would be, of course, if it does anything wrong, it might actually explode.
It's the price of adventure.
All right.
Rilinid will just say nothing more than stay back.
Rain's not even noticing.
That's right. Good.
Mithril!
That's right. And Rilinid will go through the process of applying himself in his gloved hands in an attempt to, not make bad things happen.
All right. You can make a disable device check.
Time to use Inspired. Do I get a bonus to the roll?
No.
I understand Gnomish.
You do understand Gnomish, that is true. Otherwise,
He understands how the submarine works.
He does. But that is more like a prerequisite than giving him a bonus to this.
Oh, okay, I thought I'd try. That's 1 roll, and that's 2 rolls.
All right. Rilinid with the second roll there.
Not the 10.
Well, you can take. Do you want to take the 10?
I think I'll take the higher of 2 rolls as Inspired allows me to do it.
All right. That's a wise choice.
GM just being generous and offering you the other choice.
Exactly.
I did forget to take off my armor, so I was kind of concerned about needing the armor just in case.
Yes. Well, Rilinid, it starts to use the weird pipings and levers and things, and yes, he can, when he sort of unscrews the first valve, he has a lot of steam, hissingly spits out, but not in a overly dangerous fashion. And after basically 5 minutes of this venting,
sweet, my own free sauna bath or something.
yeah, steaming up in here, it's smoky.
No, all Ivy needs to do is see me, and we'll be great.
Goodness. But yeah, after 5 minutes of venting, he thinks that it is safe to open.
Okay, really, we'll give it 6 minutes.
How much mithril have I obtained?
I think it's probably 100 gold pieces worth. That's what it seems like each ballista has.
Yeah, it's roughly 100.
Okay.
Then I just see a smoke of steam.
You just turn around, Rilinid. All right, Rilinid. Isaac.
You okay there, Rilinid?
Very dramatic.
That's right. Fucking rakish puff of smoke.
Yeah, it's like a cape. You can hide like Batman in the smoke.
That's right.
I
use the cantrip play with smoke.
Yes, very dramatic. Peeking in here, now that the steam is vented out, you do notice that there's a lot of broken valves and things in this room, and sort of the steam is still sort of pouring out from them. Looking around, it seems that whatever was in this room has probably been horrifically, corroded by all the steam that has been here. You see some, debris. You see a lot of bent and warped, like mechanical things, tools that are horrifically rusted and things like that.
So nothing survived the heat damage?
It doesn't seem like that to Rilinid.
Disappointment, but, survived whatever trap there might have been. It's cool. Fortunate. Wasn't even like a trap that gnomes designed. It was just a problem.
Yeah.
That upsets Rilinid. He thought he, defeated, gnomish, engineering and ingenuity, and then,
Nope.
no, just a fucking ship.
You fix gnomish problems.
Peering in. Disappointment. Hidden behind the stone mask. Then, sort of wheels around. Eyes the other door suspiciously through the smoke. Does it have the same problem? Did it have the same problem? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Seems perfectly safe to him.
Rilinid will open the door then.
The door swings open and reveals a somewhat empty storage room, it seems. This seems to have been a room similar to the one with the ballista bolts at the back. There are empty racks around the walls here, but there are no ballista in them.
Okay. Just a barren room, alright. With steam wafting in it now.
Yeah.
Rilinid sort of peers his head back out, sees Rae'nkalar, sees Zyn sort of through the steam. He has concealment, and it says, I do not see a key to either the command deck or flight deck in here. We can attempt pointing down at the hatch of the engineering deck to try to find it. Otherwise, I will need to spend time attempting to open those passageways.
Well, if we're going to search this ship, we might as well search the full thing.
Rilinid finds that to be useful commentary as always. Rilinid sort of, continue to peer around the corner at Zyn. Are there any further suggestions or advice?
Well, then we'll think for a moment. We have not seen any captain's quarters yet, do we?
I imagine that might be contained off of the command deck, which we cannot get to, lacking a key.
Or crew quarters, actually, speaking about it.
We have seen
There were
quarters.
some crew quarters in the back, but those might have just been for the gesturing this level. Alright, in that case, Rilinid's gonna poke and prod at the hatch to see if he can get down to engineering.
Yes, he takes a look at the hatch. The first thing he notices is that there is some water leaking out of it. It is also somewhat bent and buckled, as if a lot of pressure is on the other side.
Yeah, maybe.
Rilinid rescinds his attempt to open the thing. After, in his careful study, he comes to the conclusion that, well, we won't be going down to engineering. It seems as if that deck has flooded.
Well. That's disappointing.
Alright. Okay, in that case, Rilinid's just gonna squeeze his way out. Then,
You're not the one wearing a breastplate.
through, sort of sighing in the process, as he's walking, just beginning to pull out, his tools and implementations that he uses for opening things.
Ivy will pipe up.
Okay.
Look at this. She points down at the broken gnome. And she points at what seems to be one of his one of his wondrous mechanical hands. You see that sort of inlaid in one of the hands seems to be what looks like a key.
Rilinid, mid pulling out various implements. He thought about the gnome having that, but it's no, it's crazy. Gnomes would hide their keys in all sorts of other crazy places, and forgot about it. Begins to put the implements back in and says, "Why, yes, Ivy, that is a great find. Your eyes are as keen as always. I tell you what, why don't you lead the way personally into opening up the flight deck?"
Ooh! She, rummages around in the corpse, picks out the key, or breaks out the key, basically. She, takes it from the inlay in the hand, and she scampers off